Hi babes! In this video I'm going to show you how to make this little kitty ear moon and star detail hat. I absolutely love this hat. It's so quick and easy to make. You can literally make it in a day or two and it's so fun. People love it. I get tons of compliments on this hat in particular, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So stick around, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn your notifications on if you want to see when I'm posting more videos, so you don't miss any, because I have lots of ideas for the future, tons of fun patterns I'll be bringing to YouTube, and I want you along the journey with me. So let's get ready to crochet! These are the materials I'm going to use. I have two different colors of yarn. I'm using leftover yarn or just scrap yarn for stuffing. You can also use stuffing if you have it. I just use yarn because I always have that. I'm using a 6mm crochet hook and some scissors. Let's get into it. Right, I'm taking my base color for the hat. I'm going to make a slip knot. And then I'm going to chain the circumference of my head. Okay, when you measure this around your head, you want to make sure that it fits snugly. Otherwise, it'll be too tight or too loose and come down in front of your eyes. So you want to make sure that it stretches to your head's circumference. Sorry, it's early. Words are difficult at this hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure this chain isn't twisted. Maybe really wants to twist. And I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into that first chain space that we made. Now we have a circle. Cool. I lay this tail down flat as I'm crocheting just so I don't have to weave it in later, and I'm going to do a single crochet in that same stitch we just slip stitched. And then in that single crochet there's two little posts in the front that go into that stitch. I'm going to go through one of those posts. Ooh, it's a little tricky to get in there. I'm going to try to get in one of those posts. And I'm going to single crochet into that post as well, and that's going to be our first double crochet for the round. Now we're going to double crochet in every stitch all the way around. When I'm doing these, I just like to go in the back loop just for ease. It's a little tricky to get my hook through both the hoops. Double crochet all the way around, and at the end we'll go ahead and do a slip stitch into that first double crochet space that we made. I'll meet you there. So I just finished that round of double crochets. I'm going to slip stitch into that first stitch. I'm going to chain one, single crochet in the same stitch, single crochet in that little post of the same stitch, just like we did in the last round. And then I'm going to double crochet all the way around and slip stitch here again. I'm going to do this so I have a total of 7 rows of double crochet. So this is row 1, we're working on row 2. We need 7 rows, and then I'll meet you back. Okay, I know I said to crochet 7 rows, but I meant 7 more rows. So we should have 8 rows here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows. So sorry, go back, double crochet another round, and then meet me here. I slip stitched into my first little stitch from that round, and now I'm going to chain up 1, single crochet in the same stitch, do that little front post thing where I pick up my stitch and go for another single crochet. You can also just chain 2 if you're like that's way too complicated. I'm not doing that. That's totally fine. I just like the way this looks. It blends more seamlessly into the pattern. And this time we're going to front post double crochet, back post double crochet, front post double crochet. So just alternating between the two, starting with a front post double crochet here. So I'm yarning over, I'm going behind that stitch and then through like so, yeah. And then I'm going to yarn over, pick it up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's a front post double crochet. Now I back post double crochet, I'll yarn over, and I'm going to go from the back of the project. So my yarn's going behind, above the stitch, and then back behind. I'll yarn over, pull it through there, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Cool, that's a back post double crochet. Now front post again, I'm inserting in front of my project, behind that loop, or a stitch, and then back around. Words are hard, guys, like so hard to explain what I'm doing sometimes. And then we're going to yarn over, we're going to go in from the back of our project, behind that stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you see we're just alternating between the two. This is giving us the ribbed part of the hat. We're gonna keep doing this all the way around. Front post double crochet.
Mommy.
Hi baby, oh thank you. Back post double crochet. And then front post double crochet. Back post double crochet. If what I'm saying doesn't make sense, I get it. Go watch another YouTube video and then come back here. I'm sure there's better YouTube videos explaining how to do basic stitches like this. I'm just here to show you the overall pattern. So yeah, front post, back post, all the way around. I'll meet you at the end with a slip stitch in that first little stitch we made. I finished that round. I alternated front post and half post double crochets, and now I'm at my very last stitch. I ended with a front post, so this is gonna count as our back post, although all we're doing is inserting our hook into the top of that little space and slip stitching. I'll do my chain 1 single crochet, insert my hook into that front post and single crochet again. And then I'm just gonna repeat what I did for the last round for the next, I wanna say 2 rounds. So there's a total of 3 of these ribbed rows. So front post double crochet on the front post double crochet, back post double crochet on the back post double crochet. And we are going to do this for this round and then the next round, and I'll meet you after those 2 rounds are complete. I slip stitched into that first stitch, I'm chaining 1, and now I'm cutting my yarn. Oh. Here we have 7 double crochet rows, 4 rows of the rib stitch, and you can try it on and see if like this will be a good size for you. We're gonna sew these ends together and then make the cat ears. I find that yarn stretches, so it should be okay for most people. Otherwise, you can add another row on top if need be. That's totally fine. My head's pretty small, so I'm going to keep mine this size. Now from here, I'm going to reattach my yarn on this corner. So we have where I cut off. And I'm gonna count 5 stitches over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, in this 5th stitch, I'm gonna insert my hook and pull up some yarn. I'm going to chain 1 and then do that same single crochet in the front post. Nice. So now we have our first double crochet. Now I'm going to double crochet in the next 9 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoop. When I'm on camera, my stitching is like so sad, man. It's harder for some reason. So 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. 9. Gotta make sure you have 10 stitches. So I have 10 stitches total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, including this first double crochet that I made. It's not really a double crochet. We're going to flip our work. I'm going to slip stitch into the first stitch, and in the next stitch I'm going to also slip stitch, but then chain 1 and do the single crochet, insert your hook, single crochet thing. And then I'm going to double crochet. This is my second, my third, my fourth, my fifth, my sixth, my seventh, and my 8th. I'm going to leave that last stitch open and I'm going to turn my work again, slip stitch into that first stitch, slip stitch into the second stitch, chain 1, single crochet, insert my hook into the first post, single crochet, and then make sure you have 6 stitches. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Leave the last stitch open. Okay. I'm going to turn my work, slip stitch into the first stitch, slip stitch into the second stitch, chain 1, single crochet in that same stitch, slide into the front post. Oh, maybe. Oh my goodness. Okay, and single crochet again. And then we're making 4 stitches here. So that's 1, this is 2, this is 3, and then 4, we're gonna leave the last stitch open. Now turn your work, slip stitch into the first stitch, slip stitch into the second stitch, chain up 1, single crochet, slide your hook into that first chain space, and then single crochet again. Ooh. I'm getting tricky. Okay, there we go. And now we're having 2 stitches, so all we need to do is double crochet into the next stitch.
Mama.
And then turn your work. Do you hear Mama?
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay. I have a toddler climbing on me, we love it. Turn your work, slip stitch into that first stitch, slip stitch into the second stitch, do that same chain 1, oh sorry, just slip stitch into the first stitch and then single crochet into the next stitch, and then insert your hook into the front post and do another single crochet, and then I'm going to chain up 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Lovely. Now I'm going to go into all of these stitches I just chained and just place a single crochet into each one. crochet all the way down the line. Awesome. Now I single crocheted back into that same stitch where I made the chain space, and I'm just going to single crochet all the way down this whole little side. And just kind of place them wherever they fit, trying to keep them even. Not doing too many or too little. Perfect. Now we're back into regular stitches, and we're just going to single crochet for the next little bit. And at this point, before you go too far, you can lay your hat flat and determine what the side of your hat is. Now from that side point of your hat, you can count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches and place a stitch marker there. So then you know you're only going to single crochet until the stitch right before the stitch marker. I don't have a stitch marker on hand. I'm just gonna use this little plastic flower to indicate that stitch. That's the great thing about stitch markers, is you can really use anything. You do not have to have an actual stitch marker. You can use a piece of jewelry, you can use a bobby pin, you can use a paper clip, you can use a piece of string, whatever you have works. You cleaning his brush? Nice. Okay, I got to the stitch marker. I'm going to take it out and I'm going to double crochet into the next 10 stitches. You're being Charlie? Okay, great. That's 10 stitches. I'm going to turn my work and I'm going to do the same thing I did on the other side, where I slip stitch into the first stitch, do that little chain thing, make sure there's 8 stitches. I'm decreasing by 2 every round, skip the last stitch, you know the vibe. All the way up until the chain 21 space. We're going to single crochet back down the chains and then single crochet all the way down this side and around the front and up this side until we reach that last stitch that needs a single crochet, just to finish off the hat. Super simple. If you need to remember how to do that side, just go back, rewind the video and watch it. I'm not going to do it on camera, but I'll meet you when I'm done there. Alright, I finished the ear flaps. I single crocheted the whole outside bottom of the hat. I forgot to mention that when you do the single crochets on the bottom, there's going to be one little edge that doesn't get single crocheted. You're going to have to go back, reattach your yarn, and single crochet that little edge so it's not left out and the hat looks finished and nothing funky is happening. Cool. Next we're gonna go ahead and sew up the top. I actually went through and I added one more row on the top of double crochets. They're backwards from my other rows, but really it doesn't matter. I just wanted to be safe with the hat size, and if the ears are bigger, that's fine. I totally like that. I added my other row. I left a very long tail so I can use this to sew up the top of the hat. So that's what I'll be doing now. Going to insert my yarn in my hook, and then I'm just going to sew the top together. I'm going in the two loops that are closest together. So for this one it's the front loop and for this one it's the back loop, and I'm just connecting those as I sew all the way down the hat. Oh. Beautiful. Just go through, sew this up, and then cut your yarn and tie off at the end. I'll show you how to make the moon and the star next. And then later I'll show you how to make your cat ears a little more pointy. So I will meet you at the end of this round with some fun. Okay, I reached the end of sewing for that round, and I'll show you how I hide my ends. I just go through here, and I weave my needle through a few of these stitches and pull it through. And then you can cut your yarn there. My scissors are in the other room, so I'm gonna have to go grab them. Cut it and everything will be safe and secure. Now let's move on to the moon and the star. Okay, time to crochet the moon. I'm going to grab the color that I'll be using for my moon. And this time you'll need a small hook. I'm using a 2.25. That's because I only have like a 2.25 or a 5. I definitely need smaller than a 5. I don't think I need this small. If you have a 3 or a 3.5, that will work just fine. Now, I'm going to do a magic circle, which is when you wrap it around 2 fingers. You have a little X here. You're going to take your hook behind your 2 fingers and pick up that yarn through the circle. And then go ahead and chain up 1. Now chain 1 does not count as anything. Now we're going to single crochet 6 times into the magic circle. 5 and 6. Perfect. Let's pull this string tight, and then in that first single crochet we're going to place 2 single crochets. 1, 2, and we're going to continue that all the way around, 2 single crochets in every stitch. This will give us 12 stitches on the next row. I like to count them as I go so I don't get lost. 9, 10, 11, 12. Nice. Now we're back to the beginning. We're going to go ahead and increase. So 2 stitches 1, 2, and then in the next stitch we'll place 1 stitch. In the next stitch we'll place 2 single crochets, and in the next stitch we'll place 1 single crochet. We're repeating this pattern all the way around, and we'll have 18 stitches in this row. Go ahead, count them as you go, and I will meet you at the end. Alright, I made it all the way around. I have 18 stitches, and I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same thing I did in the last row. Increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, all the way around. I think we'll have 27 in this next row, if I'm correct. Go ahead, finish that off, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so you'll have 27 stitches around, and now in this row we'll do 2 increases, 1, 2, and then in the next stitch we'll increase again, 3, 4, and then 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4. In the next stitch we'll place another increase, 2 in the same stitch, and then we'll do 4 more single crochets, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do increases in the next 4 stitches. So 2 here, 2 here, 2 the next one, and 2 in the next one. And then we're going to do 4 more single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do an increase in the next stitch. So placing 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and then we're going to do 5 single crochets, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll end the round with 2 increases. Increase in that stitch and increase in the next stitch. Oh. This hook is super small and it kind of messes up the yarn. That's why I recommend using a bigger hook, but whatever you have, it'll work. Perfect. And now we're in the next round. So we're gonna start again with 2 increases. 2 placed there, and 2 single crochets placed in the next one. And then we're going to do a single crochet and an increase. We're going to repeat that 8 times. That was 1, this is 2, single crochet, increase, and then 3 single crochet, increase in the next stitch, and then 4 single crochet in the next stitch, increase in the next stitch, and then 5 single crochet, increase in the next stitch, 6 single crochet, increase in the next stitch, 7 single crochet, increase in the next stitch. And here's our last one, 8 single crochet and increase in the next one. Nice. Now we'll increase in the stitch next to that one, and then we're going to repeat our single crochet increase pattern for the next 9 times. So here's 1, and then we're going to single crochet and increase. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, increase, go 7, and increase, 8, increase, and last one, 9, increase. Nice. We're going to start this next round in the same way with 2 increases. So 2 increases. This one, and this is 2. And then we'll do 12 single crochets. So a single crochet in the next 12 stitches. Three, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then increase in the next stitch, so place 2 single crochets, and then we're going to do 12 single crochets again. Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6. Be right back. Sorry, my baby woke up. I had to go play with her for a bit, get her set. All right, so we were on our 12 single crochets. I'm doing the last 6 of the 12 right now. Awesome, and next up is 4 increases. So first increase, second increase, third increase, and the 4th increase. Nice. And 12 single crochets again. 1, 2, 3. You got sticky hands? Should we go wash them? Okay, hold on. Gotta go wash our hands, finish the 12 single crochets, and I'll be right back. All right, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then an increase stitch, just 1, and then 11 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hi, baby. You coming up here? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Last thing I'm going to do is 2 increases in the last 2 stitches. 2 increases. And the second increase. Awesome. Alright, now this is our final round for the moon. we're gonna start it off with 2 increases. Fix my yarn. Okay, so an increase in the first stitch, an increase in the second stitch. And then 30 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, ooh, 18, is that Poppy? 19, 20, Poppy, you still have sandwich in your mouth?
Yeah.
Is it good? Alright, yummy cup.
Yeah.
4, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Awesome. Okay, so 30 single crochets, and then we're gonna do 4 increases. So increase, increase, and then second stitch, Poppy, increase in the third stitch, and our 4th increase. Now we're gonna place a single crochet in the next 29 stitches. She's tired. Okay, I went ahead and single crocheted 29 stitches. Now the last thing to do before we cut our yarn and tie off is 2 more increases. So increase in the next stitch. Oh, and increase in the stitch after that. And then we're gonna cut it off. Are you mad? Yeah, it's okay to be mad. I hear you. You wanna do it?
Yeah.
Well, let's go into crochet, so get it, girl. I'll be back. Okay, I finished my last 2 increases and I went ahead and cut my yarn and left a really long tail. I'm gonna turn this inside so the string from the magic ring is in the center of the moon and I don't have to worry about weaving it in. I just folded it in half so it looks like a little moon. I'm going to attach my yarn needle like so. I'm going to begin sewing it up the same way that we sewed up the top of the hat. I'm just taking the 2 closest loops and weaving them together. Looks like a little croissant. So cute. Awesome. Uh-oh. Alright, I'm about halfway. My hat fell. That's okay, baby. I'll pick it up later. I'm about halfway, so now's a good time to just take some yarn and stuff it in there, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah? Good idea. I'm really trying to make sure it goes all the way to the tip. Nice. And then I will keep sewing up a little more and stuff again in a moment. You're doing great, Alaska.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for helping me. Yeah, you're helpful. You're helpful in time. Huh? Oh no, did you drop something?
No.
My hat? That's okay. Oh, yeah, my hat. I'll grab it when I'm done, it's okay? It's not a big deal. Oh, someone's here. Look outside.
Dad.
Dad's home?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna stuff some more in here just because it's starting to get small. You see him in the window?
Yeah.
Hi, Dad. Are you showing me your yarn? Amazing. Alright, I'm just gonna take some scissors and cut off all of this excess that we don't need. Don't want it to get in the way. You want to show him? Okay, I'll help you down. One moment. Gotta be patient. Now you keep stuffing it all the way in there. Cool. It's looking great if I do say so myself. Now just finish sewing it all the way to the end. If you want to stuff a little more right at the tip, go ahead. Whatever feels good to you. And then we will move on to the star. We'll see you guys there. Goodness. Alright, let's crochet the star. So I have my yarn. I'm using a 5.5 millimeter hook. Personally, I wish I had something smaller, but you know, you do what you gotta do sometimes. If I was to make this with all the tools in the world, I would probably use a 4.5 instead of a 5.5, but it is what it is. Cool. So I'm gonna start with a magic ring, magic circle. So just doing the same thing I did with the moon, where I wrap it around my fingers, insert my hook, and pick up the yarn. Whoop. Here it is. And then we chain up one. Now I'm doing 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I like to pull the tail of the magic ring tight so it closes up that circle. Next thing, I'm going to do 2 single crochets in every single crochet stitch from the last round. So I'm increasing. Oop, if I could get my hook in there. Perfect. So 2 single crochets in the first stitch, 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and 2 single crochets in every stitch around. So you'll end with 10. I like to count them as I go. Perfect. Now I'm going to do a single crochet and then an increase in the next stitch all the way around. So 1 single crochet here and 2 single crochets here. 1 here and 2 here. And I will be going all the way around like this. You'll end with 15 stitches in this round. Okay, I made it all the way around with that pattern. Now for the next row, I'm going to do a single crochet in 2 stitches. 1, 2, and then in the third stitch, I'm going to increase and do 2 single crochets in that same stitch all the way around. So every third stitch, I'm placing 2 single crochets.
Mommy.
Perfect. Now the next one is where we start to make the points for our stars. So in this same stitch that we just placed our single crochet increase, we're going to do a half double crochet, a double crochet, a half double crochet, and a single crochet. Thank you, baby. We'll slip stitch in the next 3 stitches. 1 slip stitch, 2 slip stitch, and 3 slip stitch. Amazing. And then in the next stitch, we're going to place a single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, half double crochet, and finally a single crochet. And then we'll slip stitch in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. And then in the stitch after that, we'll place single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, half double crochet, single crochet. You get the idea.
Mommy.
And we're gonna repeat that until we make it all the way back to this point. We're gonna have 5 points on our star, obviously. I will meet you there. All right, so we went ahead and finished crocheting the star. Now we're going to chain 1 and cut our yarn. I'm gonna tie off a long tail and then make 1 more star, and we're gonna sew them together. Alaska, you wanna be in my video? Yeah?
No.
Okay, I have my 2 stars here. I only left a long tail in one of them because you're not gonna need 2 long tails to sew. I'm using my little yarn needle, threading that super long tail through. And then just like we did with the moon, I'm going to sew these together. Lining them up. And I go through the 2 stitches that are closest to each other. And just start sewing. When I'm halfway done, I'm gonna start stuffing the star. Just so I can make sure I get all the little corners and things. Let's get that out of there. I find the star easier to stuff than the moon, but that's just my opinion. Awesome. And we'll keep sewing. And I'm just gonna go ahead and push that needle through. Cut it off. Awesome. Okay, last thing I need to do is I need to attach a string to the top so I can sew it onto the hat. I'm just gonna measure the string to be as long as this one. I'm measuring these to make sure they're the same length. Cutting it. I will just attach it on the top point of the star. Doesn't really matter what point, just a point. And then I'm tying it on.
Mama.
What's up, beautiful?
Good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Ooh, what is it? A kitty? Beautiful. All right, now we just need to sew these onto the hat. Have my hat here. Let me actually zoom out a bit. Move all this stuff. All right, so I have my hat here and the 2 strings at the bottom. Doesn't matter which side, just make sure the strings are straight. And I'm going to insert this string into my needle, maybe. Beautiful. And attach it to the hat. I'm just going to sew it on. A few times. And then I'm going to insert my needle all the way through the star and just pull that string through. Cut it off. Gorgeous. Now this little guy that's hanging out, I'm gonna take a small crochet hook, squeeze it in there, and pull that string through the star. Ooh. If it will. This yarn's a little too thick for this size of hook, but it's fine. Pull it through and then cut off these little ends. Gorgeous. Now do the same thing with the moon. And then I'll show you how to shape the ears and we'll be done. All right, for the very last thing, we're going to go ahead and just cut off a piece of this blue yarn. I turned the hat inside out, so I'm working on the inside of the hat, and I counted over 10 stitches, and then I attached that yarn on the 10th stitch. Now I'm going to place the yarn in my needle. I'm counting 5 rows down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so here, and then I'm going to just sew until I reach that 5th row. Oh. Just weaving into some stitches and last row. Perfect. And then I'm pulling that string through like so, and now I'm gonna pull it tight, and then I'm tying a bow. Nice. And this will just help you shape out your ears a bit better. You don't have to do this part, I just like the way it looks. Flip it inside out. Gorgeous, and she's done. That's it. So easy to make, so fun. I love these little details, but yes, that's that. Thank you for watching. I hope that you had a great time crocheting, and more to come in the future. Let me know what else you want to see from me. I love these kitty hats. You can do so many different color variations, and you don't have to do a star and a moon here. You can do whatever you want. Flowers, hearts, anything. Like, the world is yours. So yeah, play with it, have fun, and enjoy your day. Happy crocheting. Mwah.